Hey guys, Anthony Leone, RotoHeat.com. What we're going to talk about today is waiver wire grabs after preseason week 4. So this is kind of the last chance you're going to get your roster ready to go before the start of the NFL season. Before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe right down there. Hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of our good content going forward. First guy I want to start with, LeSean McCoy. He's a guy who we've been kind of ignoring for most of the offseason. Buffalo recently cut him. KC signed him. So that means I think they have a little bit more faith than him than another guy we're going to talk about pretty soon. He's now, according to Andy Reid, a co-starter with D. Will, Damian Williams. So I think if you have him in Dynasty, he's kind of a good sell. I don't think I'd be buying him in any spot. But if you don't have a buyer and you have him and you just have to hold that, it's not the worst thing in the world. So that's something to keep an eye on and see what happens going forward. Carlos Hyde was who I talked about or mentioned or maybe hinted at. He was with Kansas City, not anymore. He's now with Houston. So again, real quick, Kansas City moved on from Carlos Hyde, brought in McCoy. So I think that means they like McCoy a little bit more. So that could, kind of read the tea leaves a little bit. Carlos Hyde, though, back with Duke Johnson, right? I kind of feel bad for Duke in a way. He's like, man, can't get this guy off my back, right? But I don't think Carlos Hyde is really much of anything. I think he's another guy, if you have him, try to sell him. Because I really don't think there's much there. Maybe the Duke Johnson owner would want to pair him up again. I don't know. But something to keep an eye on. End of your bench, if you have space, taking a gamble on Hyde or McCoy wouldn't be the worst decision in the world. Moving on, Kenny Stills, also acquired by Houston, this via trade. And Kenny Stills has some big playability. I think he's someone to also roster at the end of your bench, especially when you consider, Will Fuller, Kiki QT also have their own injury concerns to speak of themselves. So I think Kenny Stills is a nice fit on that offense. This frees up some space in Miami now. Albert Wilson, I think, is another guy who would be good for like an end of a bench type flyer. He has shown in the past, before he got hurt last year, he has some good big playability. So I think he's someone else I would like to roster. Two final guys I'd like to just mention: Jaron Brown, Demaryius Thomas, each respectively cut from their teams, and both each respectively re-signed. So Jaron Brown might be the wide receiver 2 in Seattle. Demaryius Thomas, wide receiver 2, maybe. Yeah, I think him and Josh Gordon, Edelman in the slot. I think that could work. So again, end of the bench. I think all of these guys we talked about, and I'll do a quick recap: LeSean McCoy, Carlos Hyde, Kenny Stills, Albert Wilson, and then Jaron Brown and Demaryius Thomas. So I think these are all good guys to target end of your bench. If you need a running back or a wide receiver, these are guys to look for. And then also, because of this new buzz, if you have them in Dynasty, might be a good time to try to sell them too. Before I go, don't forget, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. RotoHeat.com, where you need to go for your Dynasty and redraft needs. Take care, guys.
Don't forget, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any more fantasy football content from the RotoHeat.com team. Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to.